Good morning, Tctc, and welcome to the first episode of Tctc Time of this year. I'm your host, Alex Holden, and today we are going to be starting the season off with a whole bunch of information for all of our new students, as well as our returning seniors. But before we begin all that, here are some announcements. EIA and junior students, Interstate Studio will be here starting at 8 a.m. on Friday, September 15th to take EIA and junior student pictures. You will be called down by the PA system, and if you have any questions, please see Ms. Merton in the director's office. Southington, there will be an early dismissal on Thursday, September 14th at 1 p.m. Please wait for the announcement to be dismissed. Now, with all of that being said, I'm going to hand it off to Mr. Berry.
Hi everyone, good morning, and I am Mr. Berry. I'm the Career Development Coordinator as well as the Work-Based Learning Coordinator, and part of my job is to help you with finding career exploration. So we have the Pathful assignments. I want to review what we did last week for those. On those PLD days when you guys are at home and the teachers are here preparing for the following week, we give you these Pathful assignments for you to explore different career paths. So what you did last time was an introduction to Pathful. There was an initiative video, and also for seniors there was a work-based learning video. There should be a slide up here to show what those were. Some other things to look for when you look at these Pathful videos, you kind of get out what you put in. So in the website there are a ton of career exploration videos. So as you have assignments, you could take a look at those and check out what careers might be best for you. Also in those assignments, at the top of the Pathful Explore page, there are some college searches. So those of you who are interested in pursuing college, you can take a look at those. There's some scholarship searches. So if you are headed off to college and you are wondering how to pay for it, take a look at those scholarships that are available. That's a nationwide bank of scholarships. And also, like I mentioned before, those career exploration videos. Sometimes embedded in those videos and assignments, TCTC staff, supervisors will put surveys in there. So this past assignment had a survey that was embedded in it, and on the next slide you'll see a QR link that links to that survey. If for some reason your video did not have a survey or you were unable to complete it for whatever reason, we're asking that you would go back on, take that survey. The counselors use that, the supervisors use that, so that they know best how to help you. Some questions about some of the demographics of school and what your needs might be. So take a look at that as soon as you can and take that survey for us. On the next slide, you'll see that we have 6 more Pathful lessons coming up over the course of the school year. Each of those days you will have a Pathful lesson. Topics will include making good first impressions in a job interview, soft skills. We'll talk about the different career tech student organizations that we have here at TCTC and what to expect in an interview, and a whole bunch of different topics that will prepare you for employment after TCTC. The other thing that I do is work-based learning. You might have heard that said around the school. Work-based learning is simply an opportunity for you to get out and gain real-world experience for what you're learning in the lab. So one thing that you can do if you're looking for a job that's related to your lab experience is to check the job board. That icon for work-based learning job board is on your iPad, and so you can check that out. It's updated regularly as people call in, companies call in looking for student employers. And then once you have a job and you're enrolled in the work-based learning, we have opportunity for early experience, and that's for seniors who can leave after their academic classes and go out to work. We have almost 30 students out working already. Some of them are out today. As we're sitting here talking, they're out at their job making some money while they're learning extra real-world skills that apply to their lab. So you'll see this icon also on your iPad. Once you have a work-based learning experience set up, we need to log our hours. I'll be around to the labs and help you out with this, but if you see this icon, that's where you would log any work-based learning hours. So you could ask me about that, ask your instructor about that, and we can help you. If you are logging hours, at the end of each quarter and at the end of the year, we'll have some gift card drawings. So if you're logging hours and you log any hours over the course of 9 weeks, at the end of the quarter we'll do a drawing for a $25 Sheets gift card. The goal for work-based learning is 250 hours by the end of your senior year. So at the end of the school year, anyone that has 250 hours logged will be entered into a drawing for a $100 Amazon gift card. Okay, so a lot with career development and work-based learning. We have a new opportunity this year that Mr. Pozica is going to talk to you about, so we'll pass it over to him.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mr. Pozica. I'm in web design directly across from the Multimedia Lab. So when you want to come see me after the announcement I'm about to make, you'll know where I'm at. So we're here today to announce one of the exciting opportunities for you guys. We're creating a couple teams for you this year, after-school activities, and one of them is the esports competition that we're going to be doing like we have in the past, but this year, we're going to be able to do it in our building. So it's an after-school event, and I want to show you the breakdown in a couple slides that I made. So if we can go to the slides, I'll explain how the whole process works. It's a two-season event. The first one starts right now in about 10 days, and it goes until the end of November. So the way it works is you compete in a couple of the games, which I'm about to show you, but during the season you have to compete for 7 weeks, and then if you make it to the quarterfinals, that's a 3-week competition, and then we go straight into the finals, which is to be determined this year. I'm not sure where they're going to hold it yet, but we usually have to travel and compete in the final championship that way. So move on to the next slide. I'm going to show you guys just an idea of what happens during the week. Each game is played one time during the week. Tuesday is Overwatch and chess. So there's this big, I don't know what's going on with chess, but there's this big event with chess all of a sudden. So anyways, those two games are played on Tuesday, and each match must start by 4 o'clock. So we stay after school, and we meet in the lab. We practice until the other team's ready to go. And if you notice it on the bottom line there, it says we compete with over 200 schools in our district, or in different districts. So in other words, there's 200 high schools that we're going to be competing against in the state of Ohio. Overwatch chess for Tuesday. We move to the next slide. Wednesday, Rocket League, Super Smash, and Apex. Brand new this year is Apex. So again, we meet in B103, which is right across from Multimedia, and we meet each day depending on the game that you sign up for, and we do practice until the other teams are ready. Okay, next slide is Thursday. Notice another new game this year, Mario Kart Deluxe 8. So a brand new game. Again, we meet on Thursday, and Valorant is a huge, we got a lot of people that sign up for that. And let's see here. It says stop up. Oh, yeah. So anyways, if you're interested, you're going to stop up to Web Design and see me during your lunch today, Monday. There is a form that's needed to be signed by your parent, and it has to be turned in or you cannot play. If you can't make it this fall, in the fall season, there's a spring season as well. So if you're playing sports and you just can't come during that certain day, or you're working and you can't change your schedules, you can sign up for the spring as well. So that's kind of what I wanted to tell you guys. I'm excited to kick off one of the after-school activities for you, and I believe I'm kicking it over to Mr. Foudy with ePortfolio.
Hello, TCTC students. I am Mr. Foudy, and I will be leading the ePortfolio Capstone project this year. The purpose of this project is to enable you to showcase and celebrate your accomplishments at TCTC in April of your senior year. You will do this by sharing your best work in your CTE lab and academic classes by creating a presentation in the Bulb app, which is already on your iPad. The project will highlight your hands-on work, hobbies, clubs, sports participation, CTSO participation in events, and your career and graduation plans. Juniors, I will work with your program teacher to schedule a time for me to visit your lab to meet with you to discuss the project further in depth. Seniors, your framework was built last year, and if you need help adding content, please email me. Additionally, if you would like to make your Bulb presentation shine, we can find a time for me to show you how to use Keynote to make your pictures look even better. There is a Google Classroom course for both juniors and seniors. Here are the course codes to join the course for your graduation year. Seniors, you should have joined the course last year. If not, now is your chance. Juniors, you need to join the ePortfolio course for the class of 2025 today. If you missed the codes, don't worry. You will receive an email from me with a link to join the course for your graduation year this morning at 8 a.m. Finally, if you have any questions or need any assistance with the Bulb app or your presentation, you can let your program teacher know or email me at brian.foudy@tctchome.com. I look forward to working with you this school year. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Mrs. Sinkle, the new engineering teacher, and I'm excited to tell you that competitive robotics is back at TCTC. So we are going to have competing with Vex Robotics, and this year's competition is called Over Under. If you stop by my room, I'm in D100. We're setting up our arena, and we're going to be having after-school club times. And we start meeting in 2 weeks. So on the 18th, we'll have after-school from 2 to 4, meeting Mondays through Thursdays. And I'm hoping to have 4 teams, so it's open to any program. You don't have to be in engineering. We are going to compete with the league that is sponsored by MCCTC out in Canfield. So we meet about once a month, every 3 weeks or so, to go out there and compete with local teams. And then we also have a couple of Saturday competitions that we'll be signing up for, and that's more teams across the state. There is a link on the video for a form for you to fill out, just so that I know if you're involved with esports or if you're in any other after-school activities, if you're going to be around. Because as you know, with any project, once you get started, a lot of things happen from one day to the next. There's also a video that's linked in here that shows the competition robots. The robots work collaboratively. So it's not battle bots where you're trying to destroy robots, but they work together in teams, 2 by 2, and you do a bunch of matches. If you win your matches, you go to elimination rounds, and then from there, hopefully, you can progress on. And there is higher levels. There's a state championship as well as a world championship, which is usually happening in Texas. So I'm excited to bring that to you. Yeah, so that's what I have. Thanks.
Guidance office. I have a lot of information for you today, and unfortunately there are some slides to go with it, so I'm going to start looking at those and walk through those with you. I realize that the first few weeks of school can be confusing. They can be anxiety producing. So just kind of review, how were your first few weeks of school? Were they crazy? Were they silly? Could you just even have a hard time getting up in the morning? The guidance office is here to kind of help you through that transition, especially if you're new to TCTC coming from your home schools. We want to make sure that you're successful and that your needs are met. To that end, every Friday I'm attempting to put out a video on the TCTC Time website to kind of help you with topical information, things that come up throughout your junior and senior year. Okay, so where is the guidance office? You should see the slide there. It says, we're located right next to the cafeteria. right beside the director's office. There's a picture of our doorway. So if you see us, please stop on in. Don't have to be afraid. We won't bite you, and we've all had our lunch, so we won't be eating yours. So this slide shows the breakdown. Every homeschool has a TCTC counselor assigned to that homeschool. So please, if you would take a look real quick, or if you even want to take a screenshot or a photo of this, these are your counselors, Ms. Sparacino, Ms. Len, Mrs. Kitzmiller. They have the homeschools broken down, and then myself, I have College Credit Plus, testing, and student success. And then we also have 2 social workers, Jessica and Austin, to assist you with your needs. Okay, so these are the people that would like to help you. And as you come to the guidance office, please don't forget to say hello to Mrs. Goff, our guidance secretary. She will direct you where you need to go. Okay, so questions. We have answers for you. Really, email us if you have some basic questions. We can usually get back to you in a timely fashion. If you need to see us in person, please request a hall pass, or check your email if we need to see you. The e-hall pass is the way we will call you down in person. You can always stop by during your lunch period if you have a few extra minutes to ask some questions. And then below you will see our emails that are listed as well for you to reach out to us. I'm sorry, I apologize in advance. I will be blowing up your TCC email this year a lot. These are the other ways that we will communicate with you. TCTC student email, which I would highly recommend. If you could please check that daily in the morning, that would go a long way into making sure that you are staying informed as to what's going on here at TCTC. We do make some limited PA announcements. We do some class visits to homerooms and to programs, and then as well as using e-hall pass. That is how we will reach out and connect with you. Okay, these are some of the topics that we typically cover. Choosing your E. Because you've chosen to come to TCTC, we really strongly encourage you to think about what your E will be, either enrolled, enlisted, or employed. As school counselors, we are equipped to handle those types of questions, point you in the right direction, find resources for you that can help you make those informed decisions. Ms. Bersino has a scholarship database that she keeps, and she will send out periodically throughout the year. We can help you find financial aid and scholarships to help fund your education and training beyond high school. We also connect with skilled trades, the unions, the non-union skilled trades, the apprenticeships. Mr. Berry and I, we work together to try to find you guys those opportunities and to make sure that you're taking advantage of those as they occur, especially because some of those application periods come up quickly during that senior year. Selecting military options, whether it's enlisting in the active duty military or the reserves or the National Guard, or even looking at college programs like ROTC. We can help you with those and connect you with the recruiters that are in our area. Understanding the college application process, which if you've never done, can be really confusing. Early decision, regular decision, all kinds of programs that close up quickly. Sometimes you need to get those applications in quickly. We can help you with that process. I know Ms. Bersino just sent out an email, I think it was this week, asking you if you do send out college applications and transcripts, make sure that you list your home school counselor, because they are the keeper of your transcripts, not us, okay? But we can still help you through that process to advise you. We support SEL and mental health resources and referrals. Also do some peer mediation if you're having issues. And then finally, securing basic needs like food, clothing, and shelter. We're a one-stop shop. Please come down and see us in the guidance office. Okay, I wanted to give you just a heads up about the ACT dates that are coming up. If you are planning on attending college, some of you might need to, if you're a senior, you might need to retake the ACT. If you're a junior, you might think about taking the ACT for the first time, especially if you're considering taking College Credit Plus classes as a senior. Okay, so those are the dates and the registration deadlines, and I think the late registration deadlines as well. Keeping in mind, this slideshow will be posted, so you will have access to this information later. You don't have to get it all at once here, okay? And then the next slide shows the SAT testing dates. I know Warren City Schools, Warren Harding students, you guys as juniors take the SAT, and then so if you wanted to retake that as a senior, you've already practiced it once as a junior, you can take it again as a senior and see if you do any better. Guidance office also has test prep resources available to you if you want to try to increase your scores for maximum scholarship consideration. Okay, coming up soon, especially this is for seniors, but also juniors as well, open houses. So going to see the programs at the colleges, career tech schools, apprenticeship programs, going to see them physically to try to actually figure out if this is a good fit for you, I think would be a really good idea. So these are actually hyperlinks on this slide. If you click on, it will take you directly to these schools and these open houses that are available. Some of them you do have to pre-register for, okay? For instance, apprenticeship applications. I've linked to the Western Reserve Building Trades Association. You can see when those applications come open for those apprenticeship programs that come, you know, when you turn 18, when you graduate from high school, that you have to apply for. Another example, Kent State University has some info sessions available for special programs, nursing, radiology, physical therapy assisting, occupational therapy assisting, engineering, fashion design, aeronautics. Basically, they have open houses specifically tailored for your major, okay? And if you go to these info sessions, oftentimes they give you extra points, so to speak, on your application that show that you're interested in these programs, and then when you apply, you know, you get kind of like a preferential application decision. Those occur throughout the fall, September, October, November, but I don't want you to miss out. So if you do click on those links, it'll take you directly to the registration link for the info sessions for those programs. Kent State was just an example. Other schools have them as well. PIA, Youngstown State University, you know, a lot of different schools have open houses that you can go and register and actually take a look at. I think it's just like you came here to visit TCTC, you can go visit those schools and see what they're all about. Same thing with military recruiters. I know oftentimes the recruiters come during our lunch, TCC lunch visits, so you can get their information, get their cards, and then you can, you know, take that information and connect with them at a later date. Okay. Now, here's the heavy stuff. Graduation requirements. The state of Ohio has made these rules. Just keep that in mind. I'm just the messenger, okay? But in order to graduate from high school, 3 big things: credits, competency, and readiness. Those are the 3 things you need to remember. You need to earn your credits, you need to meet competency, and you need to meet readiness, okay? To meet your credits, you got to pass your courses. And I expect you and your homeschool and your academic and your program teachers, these are the credits that you're going to have to earn. You'll have to make sure you're doing what you need to do. Show up every day, stay involved, stay connected, okay? Right now, I would like to break down competency for you, okay? So this slide shows all the different ways that you can meet competency for graduation. If you look at the left-hand side, it says Algebra 1 and ELA 2 exam score. Those are your end of course exams that you take after you take those courses. So a score of 684 and higher on both of those exams will mean that you've met competency for graduation. Now, a lot of times you're close. You might be 5 or 10 points away. You have to retake those tests at least once in your lifetime, okay? If you still don't have the 684s, then you can go to these other options. For example, you see the little diagram that says ACT or SAT scores. If you have college-ready scores on the ACT or SAT, you can use those to meet competency. If you are taking a CCP math and, I should say and, not or, and an English class, so CCP math and English, you can use those to show competency. If you enlist in the military and you have a form, I think it's called DD Form 4, you can show that you're enlisted, that will also count as meeting competency, okay? And then if you look towards the right-hand side of this slide, you could also use 2 career-focused activities. Now, the state has made it so that you can only use, you have to use either 1 foundational activity and 1 supporting activity, or you can use 2 foundational activities. What you can't do is you can't use 2 supporting activities. So if you look, the first 3 there on the left-hand side below career-focused activities, it says proficient web exam scores. So that means the exams that you take at the end of your program course, you all take a web exam. At the end of all of those web exams, if you have a cumulative score of proficient or higher, you can use that as one of your career-focused activities. So let's say seniors, as a junior, if you didn't pass one of your web exams, you might need to get with your program teacher and retake that web exam this fall, okay? The other career-focused activity that you could use is a 12-point industry credential. Again, if you talk to your program teachers about the certifications that you earn, those are worth certain points. If you have 12 points in a single career pathway from your program, you can earn the industry credential seal. So your web exams and your industry credential seal would count for your competency. Okay? The third foundational career-focused activity is a pre-apprenticeship or apprenticeship program. So if you can show that you are enrolled in a pre-apprenticeship or apprenticeship program, then you can use that as one of the 2 career-focused activities. Now, if you look towards the right, these are the ones that are outlined in white. The Ohio Means Jobs Readiness Seal, which is basically it's a form that you can have 3 mentors sign off on that say that you're job ready. So if you already have a job, if you're already employed, that would be a very easy thing to accomplish, okay? If you don't have a job, we can also use clergy, pastors, coaches, anyone from outside of the school that can verify that you are job ready, okay? So 3 mentors have to sign. One of them has to be from outside of school. The other 2 can be within the school setting, okay? So I have a lot of students who meet competency through the Ohio Means Job Seal and the Industry Credential Seal through their program. That's a big way. The other 2 supporting career-focused activities are work-based learning hours. So as Mr. Berry said, make sure you're logging those hours, because if you have 250 of those hours, you can use that as one of the ways to meet competency, and then as well as scoring 14 on the Work Keys exam. So again, take a look at this slide. Take a picture, it'll last longer. I will also send this out so that you can look at this later. This deals with competency. 684s on English and math are the way that most of you will meet those. But if not, you have alternatives. Okay. Now, this slide deals with readiness. The state of Ohio has required that you meet 2 readiness seals. There are 12 available to you. 12, okay? You need 2 in order to graduate. One of them must be an Ohio state seal. The other one could be a local seal, or it could be a second state seal. So I'll say that again. You need 2 seals. One has to be from the state. The other one can be local, or you can have 2 state seals. Like I said, there are 12. I'm going to break these down for you one by one. Please bear with me, okay? We can skip past that next one that says 1 state and 1 local. Okay, now, okay. So we should have these 9. There we go. Okay, perfect. So if you look on the left, these are called test-based. Look at that first column on the left. The citizenship seal, based on your U.S. history. If you have a 3 or higher on both of those exams, you will earn the citizenship seal. Or if you have an A or a B as a final grade in your U.S. history and government class, you will earn the citizenship seal. So that's one seal. The next one is your science seal. That is based on your biology end of course exam score. So again, if you have a 3 or higher on your bio end of course exam, you can earn the science seal. Or if you have an A or a B in an advanced science course, you can earn the science seal. What is an advanced science course? It's basically any course that you take at TCTC in the 11th or 12th grade. Those will count as an advanced science. The College Ready seal is based upon your ACT and or SAT scores, and you have those scores broken down, okay? So the test-based seals are citizenship, science, and college ready. Now, if you look in the middle column where it says program dependent, these are seals based upon your program. The technology seal you can earn if you are in web design, interactive multimedia, visual design, and engineering. Those are based upon your project-based learning. As long as you show competency in your finals, your final project, competency throughout your course, you can earn the technology seal in those programs. The next one down is the military seal, 2 years of participation in a junior ROTC program or enlistment in the military, you can earn your military seal. So those of you seniors who are in ROTC, that should be a no-brainer, okay? You'll get those. Now, industry recognized credential. You must earn 12 credential points in a single career pathway. So I will send out a list of your programs and the credentials that you can earn in your program, but please get with your program teacher because I know that those credentials come throughout your 2 years here. So depending on when you take those exams and when you take those licensure exams, that will depend on how you earn those credentials, okay? And then if you look at the right column, these are the locally determined seals. Now, you benefit from this because you have your home school's local seals and you also have TCTC's local seals available to you, okay? I can speak to the TCTC requirements. So if you look at the Community Service Seal, 20 hours of documented community service, and you can earn the Community Service Seal from TCTC. Your homeschool may have different requirements. They might say 10 hours, they might say 40. Check with your homeschool to see. Many of you may have already earned the Community Service Seal. Depends on your homeschool, okay? Student Engagement Seal. This has to do with your involvement in your CTSOs or your involvement in your student programs here like National Honor Society, robotics, your esports teams. If you have 2 years of active participation within, academic challenge, sorry Mrs. Ott, I forgot. If you have 2 years of active participation in a TCTC activity, you can earn the Student Engagement Seal from TCTC, okay? The only local seal that we do not offer is the Fine and Performing Arts Seal. You would have to see your home school about that one, okay? And then the last 3 seals. The Biliteracy Seal is difficult to attain. That's kind of like a unicorn, okay? If you think you can earn that seal, come see me, we'll look at it. Honors Diploma, also kind of difficult to attain, but we can talk about that on a case-by-case basis. But basically, the state of Ohio sets forth the criteria. It's based on your curriculum, it's based on your GPA, your ACT and SAT scores, and some other things like portfolios and experiential learning. But the Ohio Means Jobs Readiness Seal, that is also attainable. Like I said, 3 mentors have to sign, and then one of them has to be from outside of school. It's a form. It basically says that you're ready to have a job from high school, okay? So those are your 12 seals. I hope that has been as clear as I can make it for you. I really do want to help you guys, okay? We do. We're here to help. Best advice I can give, stay involved, stay connected, okay? Come see us. Have a good day.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Hott. I am the Academic Challenge Coach here at TCTC. If you are interested in Academic Challenge, if we can show the slide, if you are interested in trivia, if you've been on your homeschool prep bowl or Academic Challenge team, you can participate in TCTC's Academic Challenge. There is a QR code on the slide, and in the QR code, there's a Google form to tell me you're interested. So if you could please fill that out, I would appreciate it. We only meet during school, and then we have 2 competitions, one on December 2nd and one on January 20th. So if you're interested in being on the team, please let me know, and you just have to spend lunches with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then commit 2 Saturdays, and there you go. So if you're interested, please fill out my Google form, and we'll probably start up in October. So there you go. Thank you so much.
Academic Challenge is a competition that tests your knowledge in all sorts of different categories and ways. So it starts with a bunch of category rounds that are done through one team is asked a question. If they can't answer it in 2 tries, then the other team gets to try and answer it. And it goes like that for 2 rounds in that category. And then it's what's called a toss-up, where each team can buzz in when they think they know that answer. It isn't just relegated first to one. The category rounds are all done, like I said, in just one category. So it could be like American art, literature, it could be history, even just sort of Roman history, all kinds of cool things. There's going to be even math. A little bit of calculus is the highest level I think I've seen yet. After that is a lightning round where it's just like the toss-ups, but it's even quicker. That is done not exactly with just categories, but they just ask questions and you just try and get them. And then there's another round called the alphabet round. So you get a sheet of paper that has all kinds of questions on it pertaining to things that begin with the letter A. One of my friends was real knowledgeable in music, but she didn't know too much in, say, art. So like she could start learning more about that. And so it's a nice way to just figure out what you know and what you can know.
I was actually only a competitor for one tournament and one year this year, but I did practice with the team the last 2 years. Basically, we learned a whole bunch of what in the future will seem like useless trivia unless you're on a Jeopardy quiz show. And we would compete against other schools to see how far we would get. And it was, in my opinion, really fun and really awesome because I'm always one of those people that loves kind of useless trivia. Like, you can burn a crayon for 7 hours and you can do this and you can do that, and I think it's just great. I also really like literature, like old literature, and like I said before, I'm a huge history nerd, so anything and everything that goes with that, I just loved it. Just join Academic Challenge. It's awesome. Plus you make awesome friends. I mean, I was pretty much friends with all the people that joined Academic Challenge before because most of them were from my lab, but I think it definitely helped push the friendships to go around. Plus, if your home team has an Academic Challenge team and you beat them, it feels amazing.
And that's all that we have for you today on TCTC Time. Welcome, and I hope you have a great rest of your year.